Please.
So I've started recording. So first thing we did was like checking out the screen sets. Where are they on the staging environment? So I get to understand. Those were on the parent side. So and I'm copying them to the production child API key. So I've copied the child API key of Cyrillac UK. I'll be on the staging parent side, and from there, because our staging environment screen sets for Cyrillac brand are been on the parent side. It's a good practice to have it on the child side always, so do keep in mind it's not a hard and fast rule, but it's a good practice to have
Hmm.
brand specific screen sets on their child side. So I'm
Okay.
putting these screen sets for the production environment on the child one, and for now I'll copy the one with the Cerelac ones, which is cerelac.co.uk. You can give a check, so there would be three. Uh, Since I'm on parent side, I can't copy other things because the rest all things are being configured on the child side. So
Hmm.
I have to change this. I go back to the staging child of Cerelac and do the rest of the migration with respect to email templates and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So I'll change this to staging child, put the target API key of production child Cerelac once, and do the rest of the things with respect to email templates. Um, so if you could read out here, so these are account options, email notifications with respect to account creation and email verification. We have password reset and the registration in the
Hmm.
policies. So I'll copy this. So these things have been copied. Okay. So I'll check the provider configurations, and I have to do this manually because there's no such thing. So I'll put it somewhere and
Hmm.
copy it in a one shot. Just for face. Oh shit, my bad. So this one is for Facebook. Uh, that's for Twitter and keep. I'll go to the Twitter. Copy this. Copy this. So I'll close this staging once. Go back to the production child
Hmm.
API key to make these changes and give a check with respect to other things which we have copied it, because we need to modify the URLs out there. First, I'll enable the up the provider configurations with respect to Facebook app and the Twitter app. Copy these keys. Enable this and enable this. This is done. I'll do it for Twitter. And I'll save these settings with respect to my provider configurations.
Hmm.
So once this is saved, I'll go and give a check with respect to the permissions. So I should, because you have to do it manually, you can't do it via copy configuration tool. So in
Right.
Facebook, you need to check this, and there's nothing as such of other apps. So just tick that box, enable retrieving Facebook in a email address, and we are
Hmm.
good. I'll check the email templates where you have to update the URL. So the templates have been copied so as the password reset, but you have to change this password reset URL with respect to your Cerelac production site. So if you have it, please give it to me. I'll update it, or else you can do it out later on. Just let me know.
So that will be cerelac.co.uk.
Could you ping me out?
Sure.
Since it's production side, so I don't want we miss out something. So I'll put this out here and save it. I'll give a check with respect to other templates just to be sure about it. Then I'll go to the policies, give a check that the configurations are being set properly. So email, the link support identities, it should be all identities. So I'll put the default ones as my Cerelac ones. Okay, so could you give me, so it would be same, I believe so, with
Yeah.
respect to this. Okay, my bad. So is it like https www.cerelac.co.uk hyphen verification success?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so you have automated emails, new user and password reset, which we have already done it via copy configuration tool. Mm, okay, now I'll open a different, or like I can use the same browser as well to create out the subscription codes which I've been using out for Cerelac, and we need
Sure.
to create it on the production. So it's my way of doing it to open two different tabs instead of I mean two different browsers, not the tab.
hmm hmm
So I'll open up the other browser. I'll be on the, so to create those you have to be on the production parent side always, because you can't create anything on the child one.
Okay.
I'll go to the schema, change this to UK. So help me with this opt-in codes for the Cerelac ones, because there could be many.
Yeah.
I was expecting, but I could find something with Cerelac. So are these
Yeah.
three?
That's the ones. Yeah.
Cool. So I'll start creating. Let me give a check. Okay, so these are not present on the production side. I'll start creating them. The type should be subscriptions. Okay, I'll copy the other two as well. So let me give a check. Nothing else. So are you using out any RG thing, Gix's field?
Sorry, Manish, what was that exactly?
This is in metadata which is being used on the screen sets, which I couldn't find it out here, so I'll create it for you.
Okay, thank you.
So it should be uh, with the right access as client modify and I suppose it should be Boolean, yeah, Boolean. And on the parent side, it should always be nullable, but on the child side schema, you have to make it required as well, which I'll show you in staging. It must be
Okay.
done that way. I'll save these changes so it will create those opt-in codes and other things like the Gixus field in the, so it's been done. I'll show you in staging environment for the Cerelac that this Gixus might be required there. So I'll change it to the child API.
So what's GigSys actually used
So
for?
it's basically as an hidden field to make it that is being used in case of when a consumer coming up from the Facebook site. So you want the consumer to stop on the registration screen too, because we don't ask for screen one details. Basically, there is no password for that consumer, and the first name, last name have been captured from the Facebook application.
Right.
So this is where this hidden field comes, where making it required on the child schema. As you could see, it's required, it's on the child. I'll do the same for the production one. Uh, so
So if we've not had that on staging,
it's
we've
there on
not.
staging.
Is it
Yeah,
right?
that's the reason I'm doing it, because there is no other field. So and these days we don't use this field. If you would have the preferences for the mandatory terms and conditions, but since you guys been using on the subscription model for the terms and condition thing, so and I believe that this development is run by Ogilvy since long time.
Hmm.
That's the reason. So these things are done. All I'm left with to check with the global configuration. So I'll just give a check with the global configuration. Is there anything which has been written? So there is nothing as such on the staging, but I'll give a check on the parent site as well. Some additional JavaScript code written by the development team or so. I guess so. Let me see. So it's with respect to the UUID generation. Let me give a check on the production parent side. It must be written by some other brands, but still, it's a good practice to give a check. So it's not there. So I'll do is copy this and replace it with the parent one for the production thing. So it's just an addition of one script which is for the UUID generation, nothing else.
Okay.
So in the site settings, we'll give a check. Who made these things in the production? Uh, can I delete these things? I don't know who has added this, but these things are not required.
Yeah, they're referring to Purina. So if it's Cerelac, then you
It's
can
on
probably
the
get.
parent though,
It's on the parent. Okay.
but it's not a good practice. Whomsoever has done it to do something on the parent. So yeah, the whitelisted URL is being done. The CNAME has been set. Cool. Everything else has been sorted. Permissions has been checked. We are all good. So this
Excellent.
is what is with respect to the migration journey of a consumer. I mean, of like with the respect to the configuration.
Sure.
So I'll stop recording basically.